Let us look at the Enneagrammatic circuit. Now, you will notice, again, based on the term Enneagram, it refers to the idea of a nine-folded idea, a nine-layered idea. You have the number of completion in that sense, 9. And so you will find, and as we say, this is just a little extra tool, a little extra boost to provide some focus in doing all the other things that we talked about and all the other exercises and moving forward in that way. This can also just add a little extra boost, a little extra focus. You can do this once a day. Again, just by looking at that Enneagrammatic circuit and going from the center to the upper right, down, across the bottom, up the left side, and across the top to the center, and back down to the middle point. And as you do that, as you go through that motion with your eyes, reciting the sentence below it. It's a type of affirmational technique, a type of affirmational tool that will key into ancient vibrations that will reach the subconscious mind, the collective conscious mind, the world mind, will tie you to your roots and propel you toward the future. It has a kind of spice to it. In a sense, it's adding a certain kind of flavor and a certain kind of seasoning to the overall tools that we have given you with regard to the spiral and the understandings and the meditations that have come in this dialogue today. So doing this also once a day can be of assistance to you, and if you wish, you can do it either before or after what we have already talked about in terms of going through the recitation of the 4 Ds and doing the spiral and making your notations in that sense. You can do it before and after that little exercise of the 4 trips down the spiral. It's up to you. Wherever it is you like your seasoning, wherever it is you like your flavoring, just to add a cap to it, just to add a pinch of salt to it, do this little Enneagrammatic circuit in conjunction with the other thing, and we will let your imagination be the guide as to exactly how and when and where you will perform this. But it adds just a little bit of focus and a little bit of flavor that will spin it out of your imagination in a different direction, specifically tailored for you. As you look at the symbols from the center, the dot in the center, go to the upper right-hand corner first. That is the I. Going down, then you will understand it progresses through the idea of mouth and hand and cutting across the bottom. The middle symbol in that sense is water, which is transition and change. And then going to what you would call the bottom of the left-hand column of circles, then going into the idea and the symbol that represents path or fence, in a sense, that you would follow. And going up to the window, and then upward to the door, and then going to the right, the center symbol above the dot, the circle with the cross in it, which represents the unknown. And so then in reading the sentence that is vibrationally representative of how these symbols work together, you will understand that it is when you start from the inner being of yourself and in physical reality express yourself through sight and through sound and through touch, in the way that is cohesive in what we are talking about today, in those manners of desire and dedication and definition and detachment, then in thought, word, and deed in that way will you cause the transition, will you cause yourself to dissolve into the water, dissolve the crystalline patterns and reform them by following the path to the windows and doors that lead to the unknown, which opens up your reality and brings you back to the center of your being.